What's up guys, my name is Dylan with Pinky's Iron Doors, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to paint damage on your iron door. So the first one is little mark. You can't see that. I'm going to zoom the camera in right now. I'm going to show you how to fix it. So for this first scratch, as you can see, it's just a little dent, whatever, little mark. These are really easy to fix, and this is one of the most common issues people have. They get a little mark on their doors. So if you contact us, we'll send you out some touch-up paint to fix this, and it's simply in a little can like this. And there's some black paint in there, and you could take really whatever. I take a toothpick, but anything that has like just a fine point on it, I'm just going to use this little piece of cardboard, get some paint on there, not too much, just a little bit, and just dab the area softly. Don't get too crazy with it. You're just trying to hide the whiteness, just like that. I'm going to let that dry for a second and see how it comes out. So as you can see, you can barely see them, but they're still there, yeah, but they're way less visible. And if you get just a little closer, you see what that looks like. So a lot of people fix doors like that. So that's the first stage, just little dicks and dinks, just an easy way to fix it. Now we're going to move on to a medium-sized scratch. Okay, so for this next one, it's pretty deep. I can fit my fingernail in it, so what we're going to have to do first is sand it down. So we're going to take 400 grade sandpaper, you can buy this anywhere, and just gently sand that area. Just a little bit. Okay, let the area sanded. Wipe it off with some, maybe a damp rag with a little bit of water, but make sure it doesn't stay wet. So now we have a nice smooth surface. My fingernail could still fit in there. We're going to get glazing and spot putty. So you can get this at Home Depot. It's the Bondo brand. It works great for these kind of things. It's just straight up apply, untwist it. That's how you do it. So you're going to take a tool that you could spread with. I'm just going to use a little razor because it's really fine. I want to try to get it in there as much as I can. So take a little bit like that. Just go down the line with it. Really push it into the crack. That looks pretty good. I'm going to let that dry. It's going to take about 15 minutes to fully dry. Okay, so now this is all dried up. Feels pretty good. You're going to take your 400 grade sandpaper again and just go right over it. Just be really smooth with it. Try not to go too heavy on the sandpaper, just medium pressure. You're just trying to get the excess Bondo away and make it smooth again. And try not to go too far out. You're trying to just get the affected area. Peel it out. You don't feel any crack or any bump. It's smooth and you're good. So next thing I want to do, just to be safe, I'm going to put some primer over this. You don't always have to put primer, but since it was exposed metal, I'm going to put primer just to make sure, to ensure that, you know, this is a smooth surface and that no rust happens, and we're just doing every precaution that we can. So what I used to paint with is this Rust-Oleum primer. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I usually get the flat red. It's more easy to blend with the black. You can cover it easier. So the red primer is, I think, is the best. So you can get this at Home Depot. We're just going to put a little bit of primer on the scratch, and then we're going to paint it. So make sure, I'm pretty good at keeping it in one area. Just make sure you, wherever you're going, to mask off so you don't hit anything else. But since I've been doing this for so long, just such a professional, I don't know. That's it. Let that dry. Try not to spray too much because you will have drips. So that was the perfect amount. It's going to look pretty good. So we'll come back in like 10 minutes when it's dry. Okay, so now it's dry. You're going to take some Scotch-Brite. It's like a more fine Scotch-Brite. It's not too rough. And you're just going to smooth it out a little bit. After it's just completely dry, make sure it's completely dry. You don't want to repeat steps or make it more messy than it should be. That's nice and smooth. Get a damp rag. Clean up the surface real well. And there we go. You can see the scratch still. So next we're going to put some gloves on because we're about to paint. Now here's the hard part. We get these guns. You can't buy these guns from us nor anywhere else, I don't think. But you can get a spray gun from China, or if you know a painter that knows how to spray, you can show them this video and they can probably take care of it. You can get touch-up paint from us, and all the ingredients needed. This black paint and clear coat and bronze to put on afterwards. So this is the black paint. The ratio for black paint is 10 black, 1 hardener, and then 10 thinner. That's the ratio we use. If we send you paint, that's the ratio you use. So this is just mixed, filtered into a can, simple air gun. It's at a fine point, so it's not spreaded when you paint. It's not going to look like this. It's going to look like this. So it comes into a circle. So if you're going to paint, don't do a wide paint. So we're just going to put some air in this and paint it. Now, take it easy if this is your first time painting. Honestly, I'd recommend hiring someone to do it for you. And they can watch this video, see how you paint an iron door correctly. So, my spray is just a little bit. Take it really slow. Let it dry, spray over, let it dry, spray over. Again, we're going really slow. We're letting it dry before we go over again. You see it's too wet, just add a little more air to your nozzle. You don't want it to be super wet on the door. See how the door is, it's like matte black. We don't want to make it too shiny. So I'm just turning the air pressure up just a little bit, or wherever the air pressure is on your gun, turn it up just a tad. And just take it real easy. It's okay if you get around here because we're gonna put the finish on and make sure it all blends together. So make sure to look around the angles and try to see if you can see any red. I see a little more red up here. Let it dry. Get up, look around, make sure you don't see any red at all. That's pretty good. We're gonna give it a second and let that dry. So it looks a little wet right now, but once it dries, we're gonna put the bronze on it. And then after that, put the clear coat on it, and it should match exactly how the door was. This is an old cutout. It's just an old little cutout we used to have, so it's already pretty damaged already from just being banged around, but that's why I'm using this as the sample. So, we provide a smaller can of this when we send a touch-up kit. And a brush comes in that touch-up kit. You're going to take a little bit, dip it in, put it on some cardboard, as you see here, just like that. Now the key to this is you don't want to apply the bronze when it's wet, because then you're going to make really permanent streaks. You're just going to take a bigger brush or the brush provided and just really dry it out. So we have a dry bronze brush. Like you touch it, it's not going to get off, and we're just going to make those streaks back and forth where we want them. Now you can apply as much bronze as you want, but try to match the door as best you can. Sunlight's in my face, it's kind of messing me up. Just go right back and forth. The more you swipe, the more bronze will come off. If you could see that, zoom in, you can barely see it. Once the clear coat goes on, you know, this will be good as new. And that's pretty good. So now we're going to do clear coat. So next we're going to do clear coat. The ratio to clear coat is 8-1-8. That's 8 clear coat, 1 hardener, 8 thinner. Okay, so we have our gun and clear coat. It's a brand new gun. I don't know if can clear coat would work. This one comes out clear and perfect, so as far as this video goes, I'm only going to show you with our product and our paint how to fix it. So again, just a normal gun, clear coats inside, filtered as always. Spray, the spray is tight. We're going to go a little less pressure this time. I've learned the more air you put into the clear coat, the more white it gets. So we're going to be pretty gentle with this one. Not too crazy. Go really slow. You want to take your time on this part. Again, take your time on every part, because one little mistake, you can mess it up and make a way worse problem than what we started with. So we're just going to gently clear coat the whole area. Let that dry. Don't apply too much at once. That's that. Okay, so now clear coat's on. When I do let that dry a little bit, this dries pretty quick for me. We're in LA, so pretty hot. I take my rag and just a tad bit of water, spray that, and clean the surface off. Just like this, in a circular motion. Okay, so now we're going to get some wax. This is just detailer spray, matte detailer spray for cars. Just get a little bit on your rag. Do a little circular motion, cleaning this door up. And one thing people do, which is not what you want to do, is tape up the scratch. So you're only painting the scratch. Now, I have to say that is incredibly wrong, because if you just taped up and masked off everything except the scratch and only painted this little square, it's going to be a little square that's the different color from the door. You have to blend it in with the door. That's why you don't mask off everything but the scratch. So I'm taking you guys off the tripod here to give it a look. So you can see, you can barely see it. See, if I was just a little more careful with the Bondo, I could have got that out. But also the bronze really brings out any little marks. But in general, if that was on your door, you know, barely noticeable. You know, it just takes time to get it kind of correct, but not too shabby. So yes, not too shabby. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to fix your iron door. I was going to do a scratch right here, but it's pretty much the same method, do the same exact thing. So you got your basic scratch and your more advanced scratch. When you're painting your whole door, same thing. If there's any metal, you want to prime it, make sure everything, no rush, make sure there's no rust. And just take it really slow, let it dry, go over layers. And if you have any questions, give us a call at 844-843-6677, or you can email us at info@pinkiesirondoors.com, and I'll be here to help you guys out. Maybe make another video for you guys on special things. But as far as this goes, that's how you paint an iron door.